Hey everyone, Sage from Sage Light Healing, coming in with, I don't know, I'm super excited for whatever's about to come out in this reading. Heck of a week energetically already. I don't know if you guys are feeling the same. Let me tell you, just quick recap. So first of all, there's going to be a blood moon lunar eclipse this Friday. We're at March 11th right now. And I knew there was a lunar eclipse this month. I also know there's a partial solar eclipse sometime this month, but I did not know the actual dates. I had a dream, not last night, but the night before, that there was a thunderstorm, that the thunder was so loud, it was literally shaking the earth, the lightning, it was crazy. But I was standing and I was watching it pass on the horizon. I was not in the storm, I was just watching it pass. And as soon as it passed, there was a huge bright red lunar eclipse moon in front of me. And so I had to go and look, when is the eclipse? This Friday. Clearly there's a lot going on. And there's a lot of signs pointing to whatever's going on. Wait until Friday to make big moves. Everything's going to be shifting with that. Anyways, that being said, I've already had a bunch of cards fall out. So let's dive into this. This one fell first. This one literally flew out of the deck. It flew in reverse. I can't even believe this. It's the Lady of Lightning, which is literally what I was just saying about the storm. Okay, so surprises sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. Now, if you watched my last reading, we talked about how we just had a major timeline jump and everybody's like, all the ancestors, everyone who's working towards it is like trying to anchor into this new timeline for everyone. This being in reverse, the paradigm shift, surprises sometimes shock, feels like there's still, okay, we are in the new timeline shift. This being in reverse is not saying we're not there, but there's still some BS that's gonna come out. I feel like it's coming out of nowhere. And this is where I feel like the dream that I had about the storm was a collective thing. There's still stuff brewing, okay? The best thing you can do is remove yourself and watch from the sidelines. So for any of you who are in tense situations, God, this has been such a thing. Tense situations, arguments, combative, feeling like you're at odds with someone and it's just feeling like it's not getting any better. The message here is that it is passing by, okay? It is passing you by. It feels like it's earth shattering, right? Like I said, in that dream, the thunder was literally rattling the earth, but you're not actually in it. You're not actually in the storm. You are just watching the storm play out. And that's the best thing you can do with whatever situation you're in right now. And just know that it is coming to an end. You just need to not involve yourself in the middle. Everything is going to shift after Friday. I love that they're being very specific with that. Okay, so what else do we have? We have the spiral dancer. This popped right side up. I don't even know how to say this word. Circuitous route perception. And then the resting tree, this popped in reverse. We're having some impatience right now. This is patience and stillness. This is, we are impatient. We are struggling we want to move. Everything is telling us to move. Fight or flight instincts. Oof, this is coming in. Your fight or flight instincts, man, your cortisol levels are like here. And I feel that. I totally understand. You have to find a way to bring it back down. Being reactive right now is only going to make your situation, whatever big, like weird situation you're in right now, could be a breakup, could be a move, could be trying to pursue a new job opportunity. And if you feel like somebody's trying to throw blocks at you, being reactive right now is only going to make the situation worse. For some of you, this is feeling like a backstabby situation at work. That just came through. So for some of you, you might be going for a promotion and there's somebody else that like is going for the promotion too. And they started some ish. They opened their mouth, they spread some lies. You don't need to go on the defense. It's all going to come out in the end and it's not going to reflect well on them. So that's not going to be for everyone who watches this, but for those of you that resonates with, they're saying, be patient. I know it's hard. Be patient. It's going to play out. Okay, but this, I really don't know why I'm struggling with this word. Circuitous route and perception. This is right side up. This feels like coming full circle, like a route. Like everything is coming full circle. Your perception of everything, your perspective is spot on. in that you do have everything that I'm saying to you is not new information. This is a reiteration. Whether or not you're tapped in, whether you're listening to your guides, your ancestors, your spirits, or you just are somebody who you get these really strong gut instincts, and your gut instinct right now is like, everything's gonna be fine, I just need to wait it out, even though your mind is going, wait it out, wait it out. No, I need to go into problem solving mode. No. You have to turn the problem solving mode off for now. This is not a situation that is your responsibility to resolve. Whatever it is, however it resonates, you have to wait it out. Only until Friday. Everything is going to shift come Friday. The Rainbow Prince, okay? And this popped right side up. Compensation, perseverance. This is literally saying you will be rewarded for your determination and your unwavering pushing through this, okay? Even though it feels like you're doing nothing because you're being directed to wait, sometimes doing nothing is the active choice in the situation. So you will be compensated. Very what, and like, look at that. There's a rainbow. It's the rainbow. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's all just... I heard a great saying actually on TikTok today, and it was, if you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, that means you're in the darkest part of the tunnel at this time, and you're already passing through it. Does that make sense? So like, you don't have to worry about how much darker it's gonna get because you can already see the light at the end of the tunnel. And one of my cats either agrees or disagrees with that. So what else? What else is going on? I grabbed all of my decks because I really didn't know which one I wanted to do this reading with. I wasn't feeling necessarily my rune deck today. I think I might end up pulling from my chakra cards because I feel like those are just so helpful with like cleansing, healing reminders. But my new deck here is really great for kind of assessing the situation. And so for some of you, like I said, this didn't fall out. It did kind of, I pulled it in reverse, but it's kind of just like stuck. It was stuck in the deck, this is what we're feeling stuck with right now, okay? We pulled the Phoenix. Beautiful card. Resurrection, surrender to change. So this is not saying the change is not coming. But there is some resistance. There's some friction here going on that is, if you can release that, will just make it happen. I won't say that much faster because the timeline is like the order of events, and as events are unfolding is very specific and is going stage by stage for a reason. But it will make it smoother if we can get rid of that friction, right? So that needing to surrender to change, I think there's been a lot of question marks is the situation that you're going through right now, like I said, could be work related, could be a move, could be a breakup, divorce, might be more than just a breakup, it might be a divorce. There's this like question mark, is it really gonna play out for my best benefit? And again, we're kind of going back to, my last reading talked about how we jumped major timelines, right? So you had a vision of how it was going to play out. And now you're questioning whether that vision was like totally wrong, totally changed. Now that we're in this new timeline, and they keep reiterating, boy, they're really throwing the patience in here. We'll go into that. Let me finish my thought though. They keep reiterating, it's not that the end goal looks different or has changed. It's just how you're getting there that's the part that has changed. It's not the what, it is the how. because however it was going to come to play on the old timeline, it just was not strong enough, high enough vibration was going to benefit all parties involved in such a way that everyone would accept it, because the acceptance is key. So in your head, you're probably like, okay, but I accepted the way the outcome was going to go, and I don't have negative intentions towards this person, so why is it changing? Because the other person couldn't accept it, and they're in the process of raising their vibration, whether they know it or not, because everybody on the planet right now is currently raising their vibrations. So it had to be an end goal, an end lesson, an end vision that was palatable enough for them to accept in order for whatever parting of ways or change of the situation has to happen for it to like move on. There's a lot of closing of cycles with this. So the card that fell, this fell right side up, the Swan Queen. So we have transformation, intuition, and once again, patience. Boy, we are just getting yelled at about patience. But it's the transformation, the intuition. Like I said, you are somebody who is tapped in some way or another, and your gut instincts. You are somebody who, like, you're very used to following your gut. And this is the first time it's been like, well, has my gut led me astray? No, it hasn't. You need to trust it. You know, deep down, deep in that dark pit, I can't even like put it to words, where all the unsaid thoughts form before they ever make it to our brain, right? It's kind of a cool visual. I don't know where that just came from. You know what's going on. You know how it's gonna, like, not how it's gonna happen. You know what's going to happen. You know that your intentions that you've brought to this situation have always been pure, and you know that you are being protected. You are divinely protected, and that it's gonna work out. You just have to be patient, and you can't be stressing about the fact that you can't see the how right now. You might already be getting glimpses of the new how. It might be coming in these little bits and pieces, which I think we talked about in my last reading too. You're going to start to see little signs. Things are going to suddenly start clicking into place. New ways, new approaches, new ideas, but you're still confused because you're being directed not to act on it, right? And again, this comes back to, it's not you who had trouble accepting where things were going. It's the third party that you are currently feeling you're at odds or at war with. And so it has to be palatable for them. This is part of their life lesson. Okay. I got to look this one up because this popped right side up, but I have absolutely no idea what it means. So we have the prison waif. What a great word, waif. Self-sabotage, poverty consciousness. This, to me, would indicate the other person's thinking, but I don't know how this could be an ally. This is, like I said, right side up. So it's not in reverse. I don't know. We gotta look at that. The other one is pretty straightforward. The Ice Queen, ideas preserved, non-action, and entitlement. This is literally saying the concept, the idea that you have, the vision that you hold is a good one. We just have to wait. Man, they are so driving home the waiting thing. Like, look at that. It's literally like ice. Put everything on ice. It's going to work out. Put it on ice. So let's take a second here, and then maybe I'll switch to my other deck after reading about this prison waif, because I just don't know how that looks right side up. Bear with me. Ally. When the prison waif arrives in his realm as your ally, he comes to remind you of the law of paradoxal intent. Your own self-sabotaging thoughts and hidden beliefs are, in fact, preventing you from your highest good. You might believe that you're doing all you can to manifest your reality, but perhaps you're giving in to thoughts such as the following: I can't do this. I'm unworthy. I'll fail, so why try? I don't deserve this, or I am unlovable. In fact, you're locked in a prison of your own making. That's good news because it means you have the key to let yourself out. This is a sign that you need to spend some time with yourself addressing those beliefs that counter your hard work to get ahead. You can change them if you want to. You don't want to stay in prison, do you? It's a question to ask yourself. Take inventory of your thoughts, let yourself out of jail, and spend a few minutes outdoors in gratitude. It's time to let the sunshine in, which is perfect timing for the weather this week. If you are in the northeast of America, Connecticut specifically, we have wonderful weather this week. Okay, this is very This is a lot more self-explanatory. I'm glad I read it. A lot of what's going on right now, especially with eclipse season, whenever we're in eclipse and retrograde, because we have 3 different retrogrades going on. Maybe it's 2. Either way, there's a lot going on with the stars. Those 2 things, retrograde and eclipse, is a time of major shadow work. For those of you who are unfamiliar, shadow work is reviewing the parts of ourselves that no longer serve us. And they could be parts of ourselves that we are embarrassed of, ashamed of, don't like facing. It makes us uncomfortable. And here's the thing about the shadow work. And actually, this is something that I've been telling myself randomly this week before all of this, but it kind of makes sense. Facing those aspects of yourself, whatever it may be. You have a temper, you get envious, you are fearful. Those aspects of you served a purpose at one point in time. They're nothing to be ashamed of, because you developed those aspects of your personality, those parts of who you are, in response to something. And it was to protect yourself in some way, shape, or form. They're not aspects to be ashamed of. They're just no longer aspects that serve you, because now you're in a different place. You've learned that you can navigate a situation without having to explode to feel like you're protecting yourself. You've learned that even though something may be scary, you have the guts to step forward into doing it. So it's okay to admit you are fearful, or that you are angry, or you used to be envious, but now you've learned, instead of being jealous of what others have, you've figured out how to go out and get it for yourself. And now you feel whole. But all of those shadow work aspects of you that we like to hide because we're embarrassed we were ever there, they served a purpose at one point. And that purpose is part of how you've made it to who you are now. So honor that. But you can acknowledge, I don't need this anymore, and you can let it go. And by doing that, you're unlocking that cage of old, like it's all old thought patterns. It's all old, lower vibration energy that is like stuck and needs to be moved so we can keep building and growing. So acknowledge it so you can let it go. And that's going to just help all of the situation and your life going forward, because this is not just like a one-time shift. This is like your whole life is changing right now. It's going to help you just get there so much more smoothly and less stressfully. And it's going to feel like such a more beautiful, like it's going to be rainbows and butterflies as opposed to like thorns and prickers. Do you know what I mean? So with that, let's just switch over. Like I said, I love my chakra deck for things to focus on that will help from a healing perspective, self-healing. I mean, you can send healing energy to whoever the third party is, but this is really about you. It is about them too, right? Because everybody's going through the same thing, but you can't do the work for them. You can only do the work for you and wait for them to do the work for themselves. So I'd love to just wrap with some kind of notes of what we can work on. Somebody says hi. James, I don't know who James is. James says hi. So if that resonates with you, and you, definitely someone from the other side, somebody just popped in. So if you know somebody named James who has crossed over and you've been thinking about them recently, that was for you. I'm not in the business of usually doing shout outs, but that one just came flying in. Boy, we're really struggling to find our, there it is. That felt a little funky. We got rebirth, which we kind of already knew. There it is. Oh, okay. Well, they want you to work on your peace. What does your peace look like? That's a visualization. This is a visualization. That's what this is. What does your peace look like? Really deeply, and I don't mean external situation. What does your internal peace look like? What, as you're doing your shadow work, as you're working on facing whatever aspects of you want to release, what does the opposite of you look like? Okay, so if you used to be fearful, Does your peace look like you simply handle situations with calm? Does your peace look like you are now a daredevil? You know what I'm saying? Like, visualize who you want to be. We just jumped timelines. You can be literally anyone in existence right now. Like, if you want it, it will, if you build it, they will come. This is like personality building. If you want it, it will come. So what does your peace look like? What is it do you want to be somebody who takes joy in cooking yourself a delicious fresh meal every day, but you just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, visualize, build who you want, build what will make you peace, bring you peace. Focus on your relationships. So I know that might feel a little counterintuitive because you're in the middle of what feels like a war with someone right now. This is about the relationships. This is about focusing on surrounding yourself with the relationships who help you grow and want you to move forward. Really look at your circle. Look at who is supportive of you. And it doesn't have to be like in your face supportive. Maybe it's just somebody like you haven't even spoken to in a while, but you know if you call them, they'll get on the phone for half an hour with you and just listen as you sort everything out. You know, what does that look like? They always say that we are the 5 closest people to us. So really look at that. Has there been anyone else in your circle who's been feeding into this war? You know, has there been someone who's been causing toxicity? It's not saying you have to remove everyone right now. It's just saying really take stock of everything around you and figure out who you want by your side for your next chapter. Who has access to your energy? Who is welcome to you? We pulled meditation. This one has been coming up a lot. Really grounding, recentering. Like I said, the weather's getting nice outside. Go for a walk. Go just be outside. Turn your phone off or put it on silent. Don't even listen to music. Just go out and be in the larger world, or go within. Take everything, just like if you're somebody who does actively meditate already, spend more time doing that. Let it ground you. All right, one more and then we'll call for time because, it was 22:22 on the clock. So anybody who's been seeing 222s, this one is definitely for you. It's an interesting one to end with. So we have truth, and you see here, it's not just truth. These are the scales of balance. Not the scales of justice, the scales of balance. They don't necessarily have to be one and the same. And on one scale, there's fire. On the other, there's water. This is all about, and the scale itself is a tree, which is earth. And, you know, fire needs air. So like, this is all about the elements. It's all about bringing everything into balance. The reason they're ending with this is A, as a final reminder that things are coming back into balance. So you have to just let it go. B, understanding the universal balance. This feels very large. Understanding the universal balance is the key to unlocking everything else you're trying to work towards. What is the universal balance? The universal balance is all things are connected. We are not separate from any one thing, even though we perceive ourselves as separate. And if one hurts, all hurt. So we can't just hope for healing for ourselves as we heal for ourselves, which healing ourselves does help put healing out there in the world for others. But as we heal for ourselves, so we must ask for healing for the world. That was gigantic. What an ending. Like, very cinematic. Everything has to come into balance. Big, small, everything is connected. It's called the circle of life for a reason. You don't have to, if you don't have it in you right this second, to send, you know, health, wealth, peace and abundance energy to the person you're warring with. Just send healing energy out into the world, the world, Mother Earth, whatever, can always use it, and ask them to send it, ask the earth or whoever you're working with to send that energy out to those in need, and they will decide how to get it to come full circle. Okay. God, that was big. All right, I'm gonna wrap there. If you guys have questions, DM me, leave a message in the comments. If this resonates with you and you want to share a story, if you know somebody named James, please comment, because I would love to know that message got through. And yeah, hold on to your hats. I will do another reading in time for the actual full moon lunar eclipse on Friday. All right, thanks so much and have a great rest of your day.